I was searching for a crocodile movie to cover. There's a lot of great ones out there. Like my personal favorite is The Blackwater. I think that's one of the most. I think that one just gets me a little bit more scared, I guess, compared to the other ones, because it's in one setting and you don't know where the crocodile is. Rogue is surprisingly really good, especially cause you know those crocodile movies that have big gators and stuff like that. They don't usually do good, or they're just stupid. Rogue actually caught me surprised, and there's quite a few. There's a few of them. But Crawl always caught my eye differently, because usually when you're watching other alligator movies, crocodile movies, you're in their territory. So, you know, lakes, creeks, or whatever, like, whatever. But this one, you're in a crawl space under a house. And as time comes, their crawl space gets flooded with water. They had to figure out a way to escape. And yeah, people don't like small spaces, crawl spaces, and stuff like that. It's creepy. It's scary. And you're in like muddied, dirty water and mud. Yeah, it's not fun. Crawl is directed by Alexander Aja. Alexander is a Sitges Film Festival winner for the movie High Tension. He won Best Director. He also has 2 wins in different film festival winning things. He also has 12 Nomi's. He's directed movies like High Tension, Crawl, Hill House Eyes, and Piranha, and many more. He's also a French director. Crawl has 2 writers that I personally never seen any of their projects of. Let me know if y'all have, but those being brothers by the name of Michael and Sean. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, so I'm just gonna have this speak for it.
Rasmussen.
Whatever it said right there. They like to work on the same projects together. There's a few that they haven't worked together, but most of them, 80-70% of the films they worked on are with each other. British actor Kaya plays the main character, Haley. Kaya isn't a natural swimmer, but learned on improving swimming skills during the film. Kaya had some problems with the heat and the smell while they were filming, but it ended up getting better when they added the water towards the middle of the film. So that was something to go for. Actors go through a lot. Imagine just, you know, acting and then you got to smell this shitty ass smell and then it's hot down there. You know, actors sacrifice a lot of their, you know, movement and more for our entertainment. But yeah, that's a sacrifice right there. Crawl came out in July 10, 2019. The budget was $13.5 million. Opening weekend, it grossed $12 million and gross worldwide $91 million plus. One for a rated R movie itself, but you add in as a crocodile alligator movie, because I'm pretty sure those movies don't do good. Because if we look at other alligator movies that are also rated R, there's alligator movie, I don't know if it's called The Road Rogue, I don't give a fuck, had a $7,000 opening combined with the USA and Canada. And it grossed worldwide close to being around $5 million gross worldwide. But you see what I mean about that. The budget was $26 million USA. That has to be capped. Okay. So for Crawl, that was pretty good. Crawl had 5 Nomi's, one for Best Wide Release Film, but lost to Midsummer. When you got a film like that, I don't know, let's just continue. Crawl didn't end up winning anything from the Nomi's to a win, but still something to be proud of. Maxime Alexander is the cinematographer for Crawl. He has a lot of big credit for big movies like and many more. Editor is Elliot Greenberg, and he also has edited a lot of big projects and a lot of movies, and just a lot of handful, like Conjuring: The Last Rites that came out in 2025. Netflix Carry On that came out on Netflix 2024. Smile 2 that came out in 2024. And Smile 1. And many more. I could talk about every single individual themselves. Like every single department. Makeup department, set director department, all sorts of camera department, cast and crew. I could talk about every of that. But this video will be a 5-hour plus video. Maybe a lot more. And I don't got time for that. Y'all probably do, but I don't. So go ahead, if you guys want to, go ahead and do your own research on that. I enjoyed this movie, but the behind the scenes footage for this movie is so much more entertaining for me. If you guys want, like, I wouldn't even expect a offense to be CGI. How does that? You learn something every single time you watch one of these behind the scenes. Go look up behind the scenes for one of your favorite movies, and you will learn some more facts about that movie, or do some research for the movie. The story's plot is not all over the place. It's just basically straightforward. It's a basic plot. I would hope so for a crocodile movie. I'm hoping that we're not just, you know, time traveling to different times or just going to different universes to deal with the crocodile. I hope we're not doing that for a crocodile movie. Maybe in the next 10 years we probably will do that shit. Maybe a movie on Tubi that's like that. I don't fucking know, because Tubi do a lot of random shit. Movie takes place in a fictional town they made up during the film, so it's not a real place in Florida. But the movie takes place in Florida during a hurricane. Actor Barry Pepper was in the water all the time said by director Alexander Aja. Hey, I know a lot of people that just don't want to get out the water because when you get out the water, it's cold, or when you get back into the water, when you haven't been back in the water, or you've been out the water for a few, you get back in, it's cold, and then when you get out, it's cold, so he's probably might as well just stay, get used to the temp. Or I don't know his reason. So Kaya's character Haley was barefooted throughout the whole movie, technically during the crawl space scene, and that was actor Kaya's idea to do. She suggested it herself to be barefooted through the movie or for the crawl space scenes during the movie. But man, I give credit to her. I hate stepping outside in mud, like where there's mud. For like a metal's gonna stab me again. Sam Raimi had something to do with this movie. He was a producer for this movie, and that just literally caught me off guard. I seen his name in the credits. I was like, Sam Raimi? Is that the same Raimi I'm thinking? The one that did these? Yes, it was. The movie opens up to Haley being a, competitive swimmer, team swimmer, and more. And we hear I guess in her head, and it shows a flashback of the dad. We're just gonna call him Dad, giving her this motivation talk. And it seems like throughout the film, when there's a flashback moment, it's a motivation just to keep going. It gets very annoying sometimes when it happens almost every single time, because Haley feels like she's about to give up, or she's gonna give up, or she wants to give up, or whatever. And he's like, "Remember when I used to say you this, Batman?" And the motivation flashback happens again. Stop it, please, no more. There's like quite a few of handfuls in there, like almost every single 10 to 15 minutes they're like, you need motivation. Movie opens up to Haley, like I said, swimming during this hurricane thing, and everybody's about to dip the fuck out. Her sister calls her and says, Dad's not answering my calls. Haley lives close to him, so it seems like she just wants her to check up on him if he's gone, because everybody has to evacuate, everybody has to go. It's a dangerous hurricane. Come on, get the fuck out of here. So she says, no, she hasn't got anything from her dad. Worried about her. Him. I meant to say. Me, I would have been like, I know what you're trying to do. I'm not sacrificing myself to go get him. If he is some reason at home still during this hurricane that he should have been gone, instead of going down to a crawl space, doing whatever he has to go, because he wants to fix the house, and who knows if the house is going to be completely fine when he gets back if the hurricane hasn't fucked up the house. His idea, not mine. I would have been like, no, if he dies, he dies. What do you want me to do about it? I'm not risking a twofer. This ain't a tooth, get one, die one free. Shit, no, fuck off. She texts on him anyways. On the way back to one of the areas that they think their dad's, my dad, Haley stops into this guy. Haley's sister's ex. Haley's sister's ex is named Wayne. And I should get this out the way too. Haley's sister's name is Beth. Should have said that in the beginning, but I didn't. My mistake. What's his name again? Wayne, obviously for his job reason and his direct message, you cannot go in town or, whatever. So she was like, oh man, like Dora. Let me stop. So she makes a U-turn because obviously she can't go back due to rules. She goes back anyways. She literally breaks the system, and yeah. This movie was mostly shot in a warehouse, obviously. If you want to this was a Christopher Nolan movie, this would have been 100% practical. It would have been during a real hurricane, real crocodiles, alligators, real floods, everything. This is not a Christopher Nolan. It's an Alexander Aja movie. Calm down. That would have been dope. Anyways, a lot of these things that you see in the background are obviously CGI'd, but like I said in the beginning, I'm very surprised that this fence is CGI'd. It's not a big problem, but it just caught me off surprise. It caught me off guard. I was like, why the fuck do we need that as a CGI? Now, I'm gonna let the people work their magic. That's just something I'm not gonna get, but it's gonna be funny to me now. She checks up on one of the houses or area, or I don't know what it is. It's like an extra house or some shit that they think their dad might, or Haley think her dad might be at. He's not there. There's a lot of, the truck's gone and so on. But she believes that he's been there recently because he's going through old photos of the family. The dog's not there, and more. The dog is there. My bad. The dog is there. I don't know why I said it's not there. So she's like, the dad wouldn't leave the dog, right? I would hope not. So she was like, he's probably nearby. He would have probably came back, picked her up, swooped her up, kidnapped her, and moved on. So unless he's like, fuck you, dog, I'm leaving you. Bye. I'm thinking, how would cats deal with the situation? Towards the end of the movie, I would get to how would a cat do this? Because towards the end, there's a scene. I'm like, cats would have fucked you up during this scene. They were like, yeah, I'm gonna drown. Because that I would have drowned. The dog's name is Sugar. So Sugar and Haley head back to the house that their last option, their last hope. He's there, the truck's there, and she's going through the house, can't find him. She's yelling, blah, 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 blah. We gotta get the fuck going. But she noticed his phone's there. Obviously, his truck's there. The dog was back at the other house. The phone's up in the kitchen. She hears this sound. If you're not paying attention closely, you're like, what the fuck is she listening to? It's very hard to hear, but there's a radio coming down from the crawl space area. So if you're not paying attention or you don't have good hearing, you're not going to hear this. So you're like, what is she listening to? But I heard it. There's a radio downstairs and blah. So she goes to the crawl space area and she's crawling in this disgusting mud. I will never. I'm like, Dad, you're gonna have to drown down here. You gotta hurry up. I'm leaving in 5 minutes. You better hurry the fuck up. I believe you. You have your own truck. Actually, I'm leaving now. I have my own car. You have your truck. Get up. When I would even gone down there anyways, if I'm yelling, which I'm glad she did, and I bet the dad's glad from this reaction. He's not, but realize he probably is, because he would have died down there. But if I'm not getting a response back while saying dad from upstairs to the crawl space area, I'm leaving. I'm not going down there. I know she heard the radio down there, but he's not responding. So he doesn't have headphones in or something like that, because he's listening to the radio. He's listening to the radio. And he's obviously not in the head. He might be taking a shit. That's what I would, but yeah, he's taking a shit. It's the type of shit that you can't hold in. There. That's my excuse then. That's why I would have left. But obviously, with the plot, she goes down there, and yeah, she runs down there. She runs obviously into a crocodile. It's part of the fucking movie. Cool. Before she runs into the crocodile, she runs into her non-responding dad. He's on the ground, chewed the fuck up, basically, like a chew toy. Come on. His leg's broken. Cool. There's blood everywhere. Cool. She crawls him back. Cool. Let me stop saying cool. But yeah, she crawls him back. He's further deep in the crawl space, nowhere near where the stairs are. So she's basically dragging him back all the way. And when they get to the stairs, the crocodile and her, greet each other. He's like, hey, I'm Haley. What's your name? And the crocodile just meets her with the teeth. So introduces with the teeth, my bad. And obviously, she drags him right back to safety. For safety. If you guys are wondering, the dog, Sugar, did stay up. I'm very surprised. Because dogs like to follow. What would have happened if Sugar went along? Well, the crocodiles would have been scared. The movie would have ended right there. This movie could have had times where the movie could have ended, but that would have been a movie, okay? Because around the 50-minute mark, there's a scene that I'll get into further when it happens that could have ended the movie right there into a short film or something like that. But obviously, you gotta have a movie, the feature length time. So at the 50-minute mark, it's not a feature length movie. Come on, it's not even a movie. Haley and her dad have not seemed like they have talked to each other for a minute due to two reasons. One, she just noticed what her dad looked like with the beard. She's just like, what'd you do with the beard? He says, I've been doing online dating. And earlier, she said on the phone with her sister that they haven't talked for a while. So you put two to two together. So the reason why this movie exists is because the dad goes downstairs and he wants to board up the vents. This movie could have been over if he'd never went down there and he would have got the fuck out of there. No, he just wants to be, my confidence is this movie, or my bad. My confidence is the hurricane's not going to fuck up every single building. I'm going to board up the vents. I don't know, next time I come back, the house is still standing. It might be because of me boarding up the vents. But no, Haley's confused why he's in the house in general. And we get the reason because he's trying to board up the vents. But she's confused why the house isn't sold because he said he would have sold the house. And it says on the front yard, it says house for sale. I guess nobody liked it. Obviously, Haley drops her phone when she was trying to put her dad into safety. Her phone slipped out of her pocket. And we need a little bit of plot detail real quick. She has to try to grab her phone to call the cops. Clearly, if it would have worked. So, she obviously thinks there's one alligator, crocodile, croc. Right now, we only think that as the viewer, also there's only one. But later on, there's two. Many. So she's another motivation talk. Not really. She has to go try. It's like closer to where the stairs are. So it's pretty far. In their eyes, pretty far from them. So he has to go try to grab it. And the dad's just basically getting her. She wants the dad to keep on talking so she can make sure he's up or some shit. And it gets you another like, do you remember when blah, blah, blah. Like I said, there's a lot of motivation talk. But this one wasn't a flashback scene. It was just another motivation talk, or not a motivation talk, my bad. It was just basically how a flashback technically. It's hard to explain. Do you remember your childhood, basically? It's just what he's trying to tell you. He's like, do you remember when you drowned and I had to save you? I don't think he said that, but it's something like that. Her dad also used to be the coach. His name is Dave. Just like I said, we're going to call him Dad. He used to be her coach, but he, not no more. He's not the coach no more for her. But yeah, it seems like she's been on the team it seems like she's been on the team since she was really young. Very, very young, like maybe 7, 8 maybe. So yeah, but looks like she's like in her mid to late 20s, maybe early 20s. She's around in her 20s for sure. She grabs the phone, and for some reason, she obviously has eye on the crocodile. So when she grabs the phone, she's making sure she sees the crocodile. But she just grabs the phone, and she instantly calls 911. Like, you don't see anything wrong with that. But when you rewatch the movie, because, as you know, there's a second crocodile right behind her. I would still try to get to safety before I would have like called or something like that. But like I said, she thought she had eyes on the only crocodile down there, and there's not. The reason why there's crocodiles down there in the first place, not from the stairs, they come from the sewage or the drain pipe, whatever. No, I don't know. It's like an opening to the house where extra water can get the fuck out by the lake. So not from the stairs. I thought they came from the stairs because the garage is wide open. It's like, meh, crocodiles can get down there. No, they come from like this little opening in the house. But she gets introduced to the second crocodile, and she gets fucked up. So her and her dad are kind of separated, and they obviously got their voices to talk, communicate, and so on and so on. The water's filling up. That is going closer to the radio area where he left his radio at, and you get to see the water filling up. This scene is him fixing his broken bone. He has a broken shin or whatever. Very beautiful scene to look at, by the way. What am I doing? So he fixes it. Haley sees or hears, I don't know how, I don't know. Haley sees robbers, technically, thieves, looters, raiders of some sort. And that's what I would have done too. Gas station's free. But you get to see this trio of two brothers and I'm assuming the girlfriend of one of the brothers. And they're attempting to steal an ATM. I don't know how they're going to get away with it, but that's just for their incredible masterminds to deal with later. How would you open it? I don't know. How would you sneak it? You're on a boat. Unless you have a fourth that's waiting on you somewhere where the car is, and then y'all just get that money. There's probably not a lot of money in there. And then you get the lost-minded brother in the store picking up snacks and stuff like that, while the other two are getting the ATM into the small-ass boat. I don't know how it's that, because we've seen a crocodile later get on it, and it's clearly heavy enough to sink the boat. But why wouldn't the machine with yet 3 other people on the boat not? I don't know. Maybe the car's not far away at all. So the Haley is like, "Hey!" yelling through one of these, the little hole that you will see, and she's flashing the flashlight. Obviously, they can't hear because you're surrounded by water. You're in the basement. It's raining. There's storming, and the looters are being loud. So, but he some reason turns around, sees the light. He's like, "Oh, I think there's people over there." But my thing is, when it comes to even getting protected in this area, what would you told him? How would you get out of the situation? Because later on, there's a scene, and I think it happens after the looters die, that there's a trap door nearby where Haley is, right? And he tells her to go down there, or go over there. You can lift, it's like trap door, you can lift it up, but it's blocked by a table, so it's acting like a lock, right? You can open it where you can speak through it and see through it because you can see the dog. So, right? So unless you would have like, "Hey, can you open?" But the dad wasn't thinking like that. He forgot until later that there is a sort of trap door. You would have probably, mind you, saying that a little bit earlier. My bad. He's been caught. He's been knocked out. He was asleep down there. He had to deal with alligators. Survive. It was beta to survive. But what was her plan to do if they end up getting over to the house? What was her plan going to be? Because their only belief is 2 ways to exit at that moment. Was where the alligators entered and the stairs. And there's 2 of them. She was just going to use them as bait, I guess. I don't fucking know. But like I said, the raiders die anyways from alligators. They're in the middle of the open, kind of. They're where a gas station is. But you know how cool it is? I know there's places like that where we're close to a gas station, because I used to be close to a gas station, but that was just cool. It was just a 2-second walk, snack, leave, done. If you're working there, imagine you're working in that neighborhood too. Like you live in that neighborhood and you worked at that gas station. You're probably not getting paid well, but so it's not you can be like, you can sleep in a lot longer, tight. You can walk home, and you don't have to worry about shit. Gets her, like I said, she gets the guy's attention for a second. He turns around and he sees everybody, the girl getting fucked up. And then he gets fucked up. The brother is lost-minded, like I said, getting more snacks. He sees his brother dying, and then he dies. So now there's plan B. Like I said, plan B is that the dad now thinks of the trap door, and I already explained that. Many minutes later, the cops, no, it's not the cops. The boat patrol people, I don't know. Wayne pops up with another guy because they know she went back into town, and Wayne obviously sees the car, so he's like, "Well, they're here." And then when he's knocking on the door, he hears the dog. And like I said in the beginning, there's still obviously clearly still here because who would have left their dog or some sort. So he breaks in, and this is another scene where the movie could have been ended. Wayne, where that trap door is, no matter what, it was making a lot of sounds, a lot of noises when she was, lifting it up where the chair is, or like I said, it's making a lot of noises. No matter what, from the trap door making the sound to the table making the sound, banging up against the wall, the dog would have heard it no matter what, like, because it heard it earlier and would have started barking. But what they're doing to get the attention of the guys is even worse. They're yelling underwater, like not underwater, but under the house, submerged near water, and banging up on pipes. I think he hears it, but it would have been so much better if your dumbasses remembered the trap door is blocked off by a door. She said it's blocked off by something, not a lock, something. So you could have brought him to that area, tell him to move the fucking table, and you would have been freed. You would have been like, Dad, I'm sorry, I don't know how to get you unless you can come somehow get your ass over here. But he has a broken leg, and I don't think he's not a swimmer. That could have been ended. But no, he goes towards the stairs, and they started yelling. He's like, Wayne, come down here and save me. Bring your big ass boat down here and save me. What do you want him to do? The stairs are broken, and it's basically halfway submerged in water. So, and there's alligators down there. There's 2 crocs. There was nothing he could have done to save y'all without risking his own life. You should have let him know about the trap door, because it's a big trap door that they could have fit through. But it's the only thing it's blocked off by a table. That's it. You would have moved the table, lift the thing up, she could have got out, and then somehow the dad could have got out. But no, dumbasses. So while Wayne's inside, the other guy, random, gets the boat engine steering thing stuck on something, and he gets out of the boat and he dies. Wayne dies also. Boo fucking who. Like I said, this movie could have been ended right here if they would have used their fucking minds. But no, they didn't. Fucking read. Haley is basically out of things. She's like, I'm gonna have to go through the sewer pipe, whatever. The dad's not comfortable with that, but earlier he was giving him these motivation speaks that you're faster than these fuckers. And then now you're not thinking she's fast enough for these fuckers. And then later on he says, you're faster than these fuckers. You swim this miles per hour. I don't fucking know. You gotta make up your fucking mind, man. Please. You don't know what you're talking about sometimes. I swear. Haley runs across the nest of the crocs. She sees one of the dead officer's body, and she pulls out the gun, and she kills a crocodile, then she swims out. And now she's in the front yard. And now she's in the house. But you guys know what's even crazier? The dad's at the trap door area. You guys thinking of it now? 20 minutes, 15 minutes later after the cops die, you know, it's like, I'm gonna swim through the pipes. You meet me here. I'll lift up the trap door and I'll get you out. Couldn't have said that earlier to the other people. They would have let you out. You had 5 people or 2 opportunities to say, let me out here. You guys meet me at the trap door, move this fucking table, get me the fuck out. And you see the dad getting to that spot. So there was no way you guys could have got the dad too. You just said, hey, meet me right here. If you die, you just die. Fuck are y'all fucking doing? But the dad's about to drown because the crawl space is basically full. And he's running out of breath. And, he's lost a lot of blood. He's out of breath, about to drown. Daughter comes in time, moves the table, gets him out of the trap door. And now the bigger wave now of the water comes in. So the water from the main house level, the main floor, isn't full water now. 30 seconds later, it is because of the wave. So now windows are broken, crocodiles are flowing in, and more problems happen. They tried to go outside, and it's raining. And this is what I mean about the cat situation. You pick up a cat, you're swimming, right? Or you're walking. It's like, I guess, waist level, maybe a little bit higher. And there's no way we can get out of here, obviously, because the streets are flooded. But there's 2 boats, but they only see 1 boat. And it's the raiders' boats, the robbers' boats. And it was so much worse than the officers' boat or whatever they were. That one's electric and bigger buffer. The other one, scrawny. But the boat is at the gas station, which is, you guys will see the difference. You guys see it, right? Hopefully. And Haley's like, there's no way we can make it. The dad says, another motivation speak, you got it. But he was like, we can walk in the water slowly. This is our only chance to get out. And I guess, I don't know if this is a true fact, but I guess alligators can't hear or won't hunt with splashes, I guess. So they will hunt with splashes, but with the rain happening, there's nonstop splashes. So I guess it's like the Quiet Place creatures called the Death Angels, where let me stop that. So they move. It stopped raining for some reason. So the dad gives her another motivation speak that you said earlier that she's not faster than them. Now you're saying she's faster than them. Make up your fucking mind, please. So she swims to the boat, and it starts raining again. But this is where the wave came in. And back to the house they go. They're never escaping this. As not. So the dad and Haley are split up. Haley's in the kitchen trying to get the walkie-talkie that she sees. And she grabs it. Obviously, she's scared because the house is fucking flooded and she can't see the crocodiles. So she gets in the water. The dad's on the other side or upstairs. Haley's downstairs. She traps one of the alligators into the bathroom, which was a smart move. But would this work in real life? I don't know. It's a movie. Let's move on. The dad gets the dog. And this is what I mean. I kept on skipping out this. Cats would not have made you survive. The cat gets what? It's scratching you up with the nails. Unless you declawed it something. Don't do that, please. Or unless it was just, it's perfect timing for the cat getting, its nails did, But I don't see that happening with us. We would have been screwed because every single cat hates water and it was raining and it would have been like, it would have scratched you up and then it would have made you like, you would have thrown it in the water and then the cats would be like, meow, meow, and all sorts of shit. You would have been dead. You'd be like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. You're living here now. Have fun with the crocodiles. But the dog was just swimming. The dad grabs the dog, and the dad has flares nearby for some reason in the house. He pops one for some reason. Now, obviously with the movie lighting, we can see, but I don't know if the dad could see. That's why he probably popped the flare. But the dad has his arm sticking out, and the crocodile just twists his arm off and just breaks it the fuck off. I would have lost my life right there. I would have forced myself to drown. No hand, no arm, no more. I got a broken leg. How's he walking on it? I don't know. Yeah, this dad had been through. I think he should have died. The thing about this, I didn't like the ending because the dad survived. No disrespect to that. I think it would have been something more sad if he would have died and Haley had to went through it. But no. The movie technically ends them getting back on the roof and then popping the flare and helicopter around that time. Perfect timing, by the way. When they get on the roof, a helicopter comes by. I know she did call, but I don't think they got to the reach. I don't think they reached her. Like, she was like, hello, can you help? And it started malfunctioning when she got to the thing. So, I don't know how. It was just timing, I guess. It was like, driving by to make sure. Unless they do. I think they do this, where they make sure, rescues go back and forth in the sky to see if there's anybody on the roofs or something nearby. So, but perfect timing, I guess. That's where the movie ends, and they both live. One's gonna have a cool-ass Terminator arm now. Anyways, that's Crawl. Let me know what movie I should cover next, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.